This week's Hometown Happenings is brought to you by the Detroit Lakes School District.
Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here at Detroit Lakes Middle School. We're in a fifth grade room right now, but I'm standing with a couple of teachers over at Rossman, Becky Itzen and Jennifer Jackson. And they are here to talk about, they're going to make a presentation in June at a national convention, and you're going to talk a little bit about that presentation. Tell us a little bit about the MAP testing that goes on in the school district, Jennifer.
Well, we test students 3 times a year, fall, winter, spring, in math and reading and science, and to see their growth and progress over the year. And the resources that NWEA provides helps guide and our instruction and seeing growth over the year for the students.
Okay. So what grades are actually tested? What grade starts this testing?
All right in the beginning in kindergarten through 5th grade. We start right away in the fall, like Jennifer said, and all students at Rossman and Roosevelt take it in the fall, winter, and spring.
Okay, and we're talking to these teachers today, and it's an occasional series here on TV3 because we're really celebrating some of the things that the Detroit Lakes School District is doing. I mean, these women are speaking at a national convention, so that's very cool. And why are you being? I mean, you were invited to this convention, so obviously something is working right here in Detroit Lakes School District.
Yes, we were invited. We have been trained to use NWEA, and have been using it for 8 years. And we've been seeing the effects in our classroom of growth with our students. Okay. And so we're being recognized for that.
All right. Now, is this obviously something that you have been tracking for 8 years now? Have both of you been around for 8 years at least?
Yep, we have. And not only we've been tracking the scores, but it affects our teaching ability in our daily classroom. It affects our lessons not only with our daily core instruction, but also our enrichment programs and also our intervention. So it affects these scores not only affect just our core, but all the way through for every single student. So.
All right, great. So tell us a little bit more about, the actual the testing process. Obviously, Detroit Lakes has got it down quite well. You tell the students this is going on. The parents know this is going on. These are obviously it's a big deal for any district to get good scores because of this whole accountability issue in school districts.
Yes, we test and share goals with the students. There are goal-setting sheets that teachers share to give the students ownership in what they're doing. And it really motivates them to want to do well on the testing days. And we go into the computer lab and sit down at the computer and for an afternoon or a morning session, and they answer a variety of questions on whichever topic it is that they're doing at the time, reading, math, or science. So it's pretty intense and can be, they take it quite seriously. Some don't finish in the time that they're given, so we have to give them some extra time. And we tell them they're not timed, so we really encourage their best work on those days.
All right. Jennifer Jackson and Becky Itzen are here with me today. We're talking about their presentation. They've been invited to the Northwest Education Association to present on MAP testing here in the Detroit Lakes School District, and we're going to take a break and be back with more after this. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy here today with a couple of Rossman teachers, Becky Itzen and Jennifer Jackson. We're talking about, they're heading to the Northwest Education Association and giving a presentation. This is a national event, and you are taking a team of teachers to do this presentation. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to be actually presenting.
Sure, it's our RTI committee, which stands for our Response to Intervention, and we have a representative from each grade level going to present. We're each taking different sections of the MAP, or the test that we give. Some of us will be presenting on how it aligns with our standards for Minnesota standards. Some of us are presenting on goal setting. Others are presenting on the parent involvement and how we talk about it with families. Also, basically our big thing is with our data, our data has increased with our scores over the number of years. And so each one of us is taking certain areas and we are presenting on them. But again, we have a representative from each grade level along with some administration going with too.
Okay. So, I'm getting the idea that growing up in Detroit Lakes School District, you know your teachers, you have great teachers, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work here, and to be able to present what you are doing on a national theater, that's pretty cool.
Yes, it's quite an honor that we've been asked to go to this conference. We have gathered several summers for the past number of years to learn more about NWEA and the MAP test that we give, and how to use the resources and the data that it gives us to guide and direct our teaching. And so we've given various hours over the summertime and throughout the school year as well to learn more about it and to share with our coworkers. And so being given this opportunity is quite an honor to go and learn more as well when we're there, to learn more about what they have to give for us to do in the classroom.
Okay, so what does the Northwest Education Association, what kind of data do you get from them that you utilize here?
Well, it aligns with Minnesota standards. So we get data that for reading, for instance, it tells us how the students answer questions with literature-based questions or nonfiction, fiction-based things, and math, it tells us number sense and measurement and data analysis and algebra type questions. So it will pinpoint kind of the areas that they are doing well in and the areas that we need to focus a little more attention to. And then they have a resource called Descartes that we can use and go to that shows us what those different skills look like. And so we can narrow down our teaching and pinpoint and use them in our core teaching or small groups to help better their education.
So how do you motivate a first grader to take a very important test like this?
Some days it's difficult. We talk about the importance of doing well. And again, I think just setting goals for each kid. We show them the score that they have in the fall, and we tell them, this is where we'd like you to be at the end of the year. And just like any person, it has to come from inside. But we always tell them we're very proud of them and we want them just to try their best. And we try to provide an environment that's comfortable for them. We try to get rid of the distractions. We tell them get good night's sleep and good breakfast and all those important things, for little children. But sometimes it is hard to motivate little children, but they understand the importance of it, and I think they've done a really good job. And I think teachers have done a great job, too, in our district of telling them that, this is important and we want you to try your best, and that's what we expect of them. So
great. So do you really even get a summer vacation either?
We do. And one thing, like Jennifer and I said, we've been doing this for the last few years, being trained on it, and so now we're sort of excited just to learn some more at this conference because we'll be talking with other teachers that are using it in other areas and some new things that might be happening. For example, we've been told now next year we'll be able to take this test on iPads. So we're really sort of excited about doing that next year instead of doing it in the lab or in the library. Now we'll be able to do it right in our classroom settings. So we're sort of excited about that as well.
Becky Itzen and Jennifer Jackson from Rossman Elementary School. They're attending the Northwest Education Association convention this summer and giving a presentation on a national theater. And I want to thank you for talking to me today as we celebrate Detroit Lakes School District. Thanks, Jennifer.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you, Becky.
Thank you.
All right. Well, have a great summer.
Thank you.
For Hometown Happenings, I'm Carol McCarthy.